My noise. Active. My noise. Active. My noise. Messages. Active. Lost Island. Active. Lost Island game overlay UI. Game mode. On. Button. Movement. Heading.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Lost Island. And lucky our Leprechaun Hunter specific class. Well, our Hunter Pet specific class playthrough. I know it's a lot. I mean, because not only are we a leprechaun, so we're specializing in luck, but we are also a hunter specializing in our pet being powerful. So we've chosen talents that make our pet extremely powerful. So you'll hear me in this series relying on my pet a lot more than, say, if I was a hunter that was relying on powerful 1, 2-shot, 3-shot attacks. So yeah, and I'm not even doing an AoE hunter build, so, oh, my freaking, I should change my shirt. I'm itching. You know what my mom used to say, if you're itching, take a shower. Yeah, sometimes, I don't know why I don't know why the expressions my mother and father used to say when I was growing up are starting to become part of my daily mantra. You know that thing you say to yourself when you're young and strong and, you know, full of, there's an old expression that's even older than me, that you're full of more things than wisdom, if you know what I mean? Hint, hint. AKA pea and vinegar. You think you're never going to be your parents. Excuse me. You think you're never going to act like your parents? You think you're never going to improv like your parents? You think you're never going to be the consul that your parents were? You think you're never going to do the things your parents did? But ultimately, you are the child of their desire and therefore their creation, and you were forever destined to be just like them, but maybe with some insights. Or maybe not. It depends. Or maybe you've gone in a totally different direction. Who knows what your path is? I'm not saying that you are ultimately locked into being just like your parents, but isn't it funny how a lot of the things we do as an adult are just like what our parents used to do? And maybe our parents were wise beyond their days. Or maybe they'd learned from their parents what to do, and these were just strong lessons that they instilled upon us, within us. But yeah, I start thinking about that more and more. So me and Queen Angel have a game we play where whenever one of us uses a very overused colloquialism, like it is what it is, which is based on what a boxer said in 1902, or some of the really old expressions like just classic expressions militarily and stuff like that, we look it all up. Usually they're from ancient Greece, sometimes they're from France, sometimes they're American quotes. So we have this new game. So whenever one of us uses a colloquialism, or a proverb. We have to look up what year it dates back to, who was the person who coined the expression or proverb or poem. And yeah, it's a little way to keep us busy during the winter. We like playing little intellectual games. It's our own little version of a game show of some kind. But yeah, that's what we do now. It's really fun. And then we use a Ninja A, you know who that is, to look up the information. But yeah, today's cozy gaming. I missed all of you. You may want to know what's going on. So again, as usual, on our Saturday, Adventure to Fate Saturdays, you can always fast forward about a good 10, 15 minutes until I get into the gameplay. But mind you, I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I'm on the volcano area. We've currently found a new pathway to kind of venture through. Lucky is very strong, and he isn't a mortal. So if he dies, he'll come back. So he's immortal. So that's the thing, mystical classes are mortals, so they can die. Regular classes are immortals, so they're like the player characters in most video games. They can come back indefinitely. So there's really no stress if they die. The only thing that could be bad is if there were some excessive respawns, and there aren't in Lost Island. For the most part, in your traditional Final Fantasy game, respawns would kill you. I mean, you could kill them, but mostly they'd kill you, especially if you got really close to the final boss and you had to go all the way back down because you died and there wasn't a save spot nearby. You had to work your way back through the respawns. And for the most part, some of those respawns were pretty brutal. The only saving grace for those Final Fantasy games that dealt with respawns was that you could pretty much carry a huge inventory of items. So you could carry 99 of almost every item. And all the monsters were pretty generous, including some monsters dropping pretty epic pieces of gear. So yeah, Lost Island is very tightly balanced. Randal doesn't do the over respawn game. Though there are some minor respawns, which is good because you need them, because if you don't have respawns, what if you run out of potions? How do you get more potions back? Well, you'd either have to raid your player vault and sell all the equipment, which isn't great, because that ruins it for your next playthroughs. Ultimately, I've gotten to the point where my player vault is really important to me, and I don't want to have to cash in all that equipment. I want to keep that equipment for other characters to play through. Now, if I choose a class that doesn't need any of that equipment, and I know there's no class that's going to need that equipment, then I can cash in several pieces using my banker alt. If you want to know what my banker alt is, go back to my first episode in the series. I talk a lot about bankers. So if you want to make a banker, it's pretty simple to do. But for the most part, I prefer not to cash in all my characters' loot. And of course, you don't want to cash in anything pretty spectacular, because I do have a couple of things for you all to look forward to this episode. But finishing the thought, the key is that you need some respawns in order to survive. You need some respawns to drop loot, potions, random items in case you miss one, and a tiny bit of gold. Again, nothing in this game is too expensive except for equipment, and for the most part, you should be grabbing your equipment off of bosses and monsters and crafting if you can. You gotta have crafting can be very valuable, but in some classes, crafting's just not that hot. It's just not that great. Yeah, crafting can be good, and then sometimes crafting can be kind of lousy. Now, as far as the hunter and leatherworking, crafting's been okay. I wouldn't say it's been magical. I just mean the equipment I got has been efficient. It's been well thought out. It's been balanced pretty well. So it isn't overpowered. It's just what you need at the time you need it. For the most part, Randal spends a lot of time balancing. He spends a lot of time thinking. He is definitely the Aristotle of game development. And he doesn't really like it when equipment is so OP that it just serves so many purposes that there's no need to get anything more. The equipment will be strong, mind you, if you get a really good drop, but it won't be OP. Now, I've only gotten 2 OP pieces in my entire play of Lost Island. Okay, so I'm going to get into that in today's episode. So if you want to hear what those 2 overpowered items are, that's going to be as we chat today. Secondly, we're going to talk about how to scale what value your equipment is. So I have a kind of rough sketch of what equipment is worth today. So we're going to talk about that in today's episode. So it's going to be basically the rarity of equipment and how you can judge it based on how much it costs. So we're going to be covering that today. And lastly, we're going to have a poll, and you're going to need to stick around in today's episode, which will probably be a couple hours, if you want to vote in the poll. Now, it's going to be a really easy poll to do. I'm going to tell you what the question is, and you're going to have 3 choices. And then you get to choose which one. Now, you won't know what the poll is unless you watch the part of the episode that has the poll in it. So that requires you to watch the episode. And I know sometimes these can be a little slow and, very relaxing and chill. But that's what cozy gaming is all about. But I'm going to try not to be too redundant and not advertise to y'all. I mean, I know some of you have to watch the commercials associated with YouTube already if you don't have premium. So I'm not going to torture you with more and more and more commercials heaped on top of each other. That's the 3 things we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about the 2 most OP drops I've ever gotten in this game, rarity table, and we'll be going through a poll to kind of decide something. So I'd like to give us some direction while we chat and have a good time today. All right, so I'm going to do something real quick, wash my hands, and then we're going to get going. So you can listen to the pretty birds for like 1 minute, and I'll be right back, okay? So let's get ready to have some fun. Okay. All right, big shout out to My Noise today. Live, work, pray, content create, let your freak flag fly. My Noise is the only show in town. They are absolutely the best. You know how you get those annoying copyrights when you're trying to play music? You know how you get that repetitive ambience that most apps do, like from the TV set, from your streaming devices? You know how you just can't get that right mood on that, workout you're doing, or trying to do laundry, or trying to block out the neighbor next door who's being really annoying? Well, My Noise has a solution. It's pure, unadulterated, non-repetitive ambiances that strike the balance between futuristic, dystopian, beautiful, classical, fun, cute, historical, phenomenal, and very, very changeable, random, and adjustable. And they all fit to your headphones so that you get the very best stereophonic experience. My Noise can be found in my description in most of my videos. And if you don't see it, then look up MY, capital NOISE, in your app store. Pick up the full package. Don't waste time with the free. Get the full package. They get a free commercial because they are extremely kind and 100% accessible to the blind and visually impaired. Thank you to them. God bless them, my partner. All right, let's get rolling. All right, so what I'm going to do is try to get back up into the fire area. I don't have any kind of belief that I'm going to find the path I'm looking for. We're going to have a lot of return descenders, obviously. That's a postal expression. Because we're going to mess up a lot. And I'm not really overly focused today because I'm just getting over a really heavy cold. I call it a cold. It's more of a cold. It's more like a chest and head cold. Like some serious sinuses and serious, grossy stuff. So, yeah, my brain is still fried and my apartment's still being cleaned up and put back into place. And there's things I need to do, but I don't want to do anything. All I want to do is have a weekend where I can relax, spend time with the people I care about and love, and just try not to stress myself out. Because it's just so tough to be ambitious and productive and efficient when we're just a human being that gets sick and is spewing, So, at the same time, on a pretty rigid diet, and at the extra same time, it's winter and it's just wet and woolly and cold and not my favorite time of the year. I'm a summer boy. So, yeah. Anyway, let's keep moving through the cave and the volcano, and hopefully we'll find a respawn spot because I actually need to work some money because we are broke and we need as much money as we can get our hands on. We absolutely have no money. And my health potions are down to the very nub. So if we fight any monster today, if it isn't a new monster, we will not use potions. I don't care what it does. I don't care if it pulls me through my phone and izakais me into Lost Island. I am not spending a single potion on any monster today. Unless it's a really strong monster, like if it's a boiling fiend or a burning witch. If we get to some really good areas, great. If it's a boss, like we just got through beating a granite golem, I will spend my whole wad on that. But no, if it's just a nub, like some burning emblem or ember or some stupid lava leech or something. No, we're just going to shoot arrows and kill them. But we are not going to waste our valuable resources because at this point, we are a leather worker and we are not an alchemist. We do not have any potions. So the only way I can get potions is if I can trade some of my items to other characters who I play all the way up through the levels. And that's going to take weeks. So ultimately, I like to have one of every class moving its way toward completing the game and trading gear back and forth with a couple of bankers. That's my ultimate goal.
Audio ducking. Volume. 80%.
We'll see how that
75%. Audio ducking. Speaking rate. Words. Characters. Vertical headings.
All right. Voiceover is going to start his blubbering and talking before I talk. So please don't send me any more comments. I already know what voiceover is doing. I don't control it. Maybe I'll do a video explaining that I am not the Apple's. I don't control what Apple does or voiceover does.
Movement. Stat. Floor 25.
I could turn the voice. I'm turning the voiceover sound down because I don't need it very much.
Upper chamber. To floor 25. Button. Heading. 0.
Yeah.
Upper chamber. Button. Upper chamber. Button. 2.
All right, let's get moving.
Character location. Stats. Movement. Heading. North. Button.
Let's see,
upper chamber is to the north.
Let's see.
North. You move north to upper chamber room 9. NPC caution sign says, caution, east tunnel. It is not recommended to explore the east tunnel and lower chamber until you have 50 or more fire resistance.
Did we
you
go
are on floor 24 in room 9.
Are we, where are we?
West. Button. Action / east. Button. Movement. You can't go that way. You are already at the easternmost part of the map. Action /
okay,
button.
we're in upper
west,
chamber.
Button. A wall is to the west and you can, north.
Okay,
Button.
I gotta figure out where
upper
I'm going,
chamber
so
is
it's
to
gonna
the north
take me a
leading to
minute
floor 29.
here.
North. You move to a different floor 29 to lower chamber room 4. The chamber is dimly lit by occasional lava flows. Ash fills the air periodically as the lava breaks through the thin layer of hardened ground. You are on floor 29 in room 4.
East tunnel. Okay, that's fine. We
west,
can go to
button.
the east tunnel. That's fine.
Lower chamber is to the west. North. Button. Movement. Heading. North. West.
Okay,
Button.
let's see.
West.
North.
You moved west to lower chamber room 3. The chamber is dimly lit by occasional lava flows. Ash fills the air periodically as the lava... You moved west to lower chamber room 2. The chamber is dimly lit by occasional lava flows.
Floor 29.
You moved west to lower chamber room 1. The chamber is dimly lit by
Let me
occasional lava...
double check.
Action / search. East. Button. South. Button. Lava flow is to the south. South. Dim. Lost Island. Battle started. A ash droplet is here.
Okay.
Ash droplet 87%. And 1 slot. Lucky 100%. Lucky. Stats. Heading. Skills. Heading. Lucky. Stats. Skills. Combat lock. Skills. Attack. Button. Selected skill. Lucky. Lock. Heading not... Ash droplet 87%. 32 attack.
Cool. That's exactly what I needed.
47 attack.
I'm gonna battle this creature for a
35
while,
attack.
so just relax, sit back,
Skills.
and
Attack.
don't stress
Hypnotize.
yourself
Button.
out. Just
Toxic bite. Button. Hypnotize.
just
Button.
relax.
Selected skill hit. Jade. Lock.
I
Heading
need
not-
some
heading. Ash droplet 30%.
money and I
48.
need some drops. I'm looking for pots, so potions.
Jade
That's
code.
what
Skills.
that means.
Head. Attack. Button. Skills. Selected skill attack type skill. Attack. Button. Skills. Heading. Attack. Hypnotize. But. Toxic bite. Button. Selected. Jade. Lava. Heading. Ash droplet 28. 25 toxic bite. 23 toxic bite. Enemy turn. Ash droplet is stunned. Ash droplet is stunned. Here. Is here. You won the battle. Heading. You found the following. Ruby dust. 1. EXP. 3. Gold.
I'll
20.
be using hypnotize
Pick up items.
because that
Button.
keeps
Heading.
them very pacified.
You searing volcano. Heading. This is your current floor.
Now, when you need to determine if something's a respawn spot, then you can go move back and forth, and if it re-engages after you move off of its spawn spot,
Lower
then
chamber.
it's a
Character
respawn
location. Stats.
spot, and
Movement.
you can just go
North.
back
Button.
and forth
Lower cha-
several
north.
times
You move
until you
north to
kind
west.
of
Actions. East.
get what
South.
you need
Button.
from it.
South.
I don't like to
Battle.
do the same
Battle
spot
started.
for
Ash
too
droplet is
long
here.
because if you find one respawn spot,
Ash
there's
droplet
always a
80.
better one.
Skills. Attack. Button.
Obviously,
skill,
the
attack, type,
stronger
skill.
the monster is
Heading
better
up. Ash droplet 87%.
for the
33
respawn
attack.
spot.
35 attack.
Respawn farming
54
is
attack.
part of RPGs. It's always going to be
Head
part
turn.
of RPGs.
Jake, skills.
It may not
Attack.
be very
Hypnotize.
exciting,
Button.
but it's what you have to
Selected
do to
skill. Jake, lava,
survive.
heading up. Ash droplet 26. 4 hypnotize. 4 hypnotize. Jade Cobra. Skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Toxic Bite. Button. Selected. Jade Lava. Heading not. Jade Cobra stats. Jade Cobra stats. Heading. Lava. Heading not found. Ash droplet 22% is 26 Toxic Bite. Enemy turn. Ash droplet is stunned. Ash droplet is stunned. The player is here. You won a battle. Heading. You found the following. Fire Essence. 1. EXP. 3. Gold. 20. Mending Magma. Button. Pick up items. Button. Heading. Pick up items. You. Searing Volcano. Lower chamber. Carrot. Stat. Movement. North. Button. North. You. West. Action. East. South. Button. South. Battle. Battle started. A ash droplet is here. Heading north. Heading north. Ash. Lava flow. Button. Lucky. Skills. Attack. Trusha. Attack. Button. Selected skill. Attack type skill. Volume. 75%. 74%. 73%. 71%. 65%.
Sweet. That's what
Audio
I'm looking
duct. Speaking
for.
words. Characters.
Potions,
Vertical. Heading.
potions is what I'm looking for.
Skills. Heading. Lucky. Lava. Heading not
Take
found.
it.
Lucky. Skills. Head. Attack. Button. Selected. Lucky. Lava. Heading not. Ash droplet 87%. 33 attack. 31 attack. 35 attack. Pet turn. Jade skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Selected skill Jade lava. Heading not. Ash droplet 38%. 4 hypnotize. Jade skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Toxic bite. Button. Selected skill. Jade lava. Heading not found. Ash droplet 36. 22 toxic bite. Ash droplet 25%. Lava.
I think I'm going to
heading
turn
not found.
sound
Ash droplet
effects
25%.
up a little
26
bit
toxic
because
bite.
I'm not going to be playing voiceover
Enemy
too
turn. Ash
loud.
droplet is stunned.
It's just too
Ash
distracting.
droplet is stunned.
So in a minute here, I'm going to adjust the sound effect volume.
Heading. You found the following. Course leather 1. EXP 3. Gold 23.
Though it is
Pick up
pretty
items.
loud
Button.
already.
Heading. Pick up items. You searing lower chain carrot stat movement tech north button north action east south button south dim battle started. Ash droplet is here. Lucky skills. Ash droplet 87 lucky skills attack button selected skill luck heading not found lucky stats lucky stat heading not found. Ash droplet 87% 32 attack 34 attack 34 attack. Pet turn. Jade. Skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Selected skill. Hypnotize type spell. Skills. Lock. Heading up. Ash droplet 37%. 4 hypnotize. Jade. Skills. Attack. Button. Selected skill. Attack type skill. Combat log. Heading. Skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Toxic bite. Button. Selected skill. Toxic bite type skill. Jade. Lava. Heading not found. Ash droplet 35% is minor fire resist. Skills. Lava flow. Heading not found. Ash droplet 35%. 22 toxic bite. 24 toxic bite. Enemy turn. Ash droplet is stunned. Ash droplet is stunned. Player turn. Ash droplet 87% is here. Lava flow. Heading not found. Lucky. Skills. Attack. Button. Skill. Lava. Heading not found. Lucky. Stats. Lava. Heading not found. Ash droplet 87%. 32 attack. 35 attack. 36 attack. Pet turn. 25 toxic bite. 24 toxic bite. 36 toxic bite. Enemy turn. You won the
Sweet.
battle. Heading.
Yes. Respawn.
Pick up item. Heading not found. You won. You gains greater than. Pick up. You won the bat. Heading not found. You found the following. Course leather 1. EXP 6. Gold 43. Vial of magma button.
My pet has 3 attacks because I am a pet-centric hunter, so my build is designed to give my pets more power and more attacks, more speed, more durability, and some morphing capabilities. And by the way, I don't care how little money I'm getting. All I care about is I'm farming for pots, so that's what I'm after. I don't care about anything else. I just don't have any pots, and they are way too expensive for me to afford. The minimum pot I need are health crystals, and they are 75 gold. I do not even have that. So at this point, any pot that drops is beautiful. And I got one, which is why you hear that cha-ching sound. That is just one of my little noise makers. And I will often hit that button. It's a way of motivating me and letting you know that I got something. I'll tell you what it is for the most part. I got a vial of magma. A vial of magma is a buffing potion. It basically gives you plus 10, I think, in fire. And anything, the hunter benefits from getting buffing potions that increase any one element, because a lot of my focus shot has a lot to do, not focus shot, it's not called a focus shot. Sorry. My first power-up, the very first ability you get as a hunter, the very first special arrow you get benefits a lot from elemental improvements, elemental buffs. So that's what makes the hunter so simple but perfect, because it really doesn't need a lot to do what it needs to do. But yeah, I'll take any potions at this point. And I'll also be able to use those potions to trade my other characters in case they have something I need, like money. Because a lot of my characters are going to want these buffing potions, so it's good for me to farm them right now so that I can trade them down the road.
Skill slot 2. Attack button. Selected skill attack.
Of course, that gold was really good. The amount of gold that dropped was nice.
47 attack.
I'm going to do this a few more times.
43 attack. 46 attack. Pet turn. Jade skills. Head attack button. Hypnotize button. Selected skill hit. Jade lock heading knock lava leech 45%. 8 hypnotize.
True shot. That's my ability. True shot is awesome. I'm not going to be using that though. Just our basic attack. I don't even care. I don't care if he kills me. We're not wasting a pot. Nice. That sound means he has been hypnotized, which means it's a special ability that our Jade Cobra has. And of course, the Jade Cobra comes from the jungle, which is basically the earth gem retrieval area. And it stuns them for 2 turns. And it is actually one of the best crowd controls for that a pet can have. I find it to be very effective. And while they're crowd controlled with Hypnotize, they can also suffer poison. So you kind of just burn them down and they can't do anything about it. Of course, Hypnotize, I would say it's ineffective against bosses, but you never know when it's going to pop off. Again, it doesn't have a high percentage chance of working, but just happens to happen more often than you think. And that control makes a big difference when you're trying to conserve pots and when you're trying to conserve health.
Lucky skills. Heading lava leech 11%. 45 attack. You won the battle. Heading.
Most of the time I use my toxic bite to do most of my work because it does a lot of damage and it does poison. So toxic bite is really good. Just so you know, your pet does not use your SP. Your pet has its own resource properties, which come from it has energy. So it doesn't come from your SP. So that's its resource, energy. Some pets empowered by the hunter tree, the hunter talent tree, can actually regain a lot of their energy back. There are so many ways to build a hunter, and I tend to like my pets to be able to have a lot of energy. In fact, I will always select an ability that makes my pet stronger as a more pet-centric hunter. Now, if I was trying to be more of a shot-centric hunter, I wouldn't care about my pet. Just let him do what it wants to do. I would focus on making my shots more powerful, more devastating, and repeatable. But yeah, I really like this hunter-centric, this pet-centric build. It's proving to be strong. I'm liking it.
Stat, character location, lower, searing volcano, lower, character, stats, movement, north, west, action/search button, west, button, north, you move, west, action, east, south, button, south. You moved south to lava flow room 6. The chamber is dimly lit by occasional lava flows. Ash fills the air periodically as the lava breaks through the thin layer of hardened ground. You are on floor 29 in room 6.
We should be leveling pretty soon. So after we level, I think we're gonna move forward.
Action log. You search and find nothing. Heading not. Heading. Action log. Heading. Movement. Heading. Action log. Movement. North. West. Action. East. South. Button. South. You move. Battle. Battle started. A lava leech and ash droplet are here.
Oh, you know what? By searching the ground, I killed the respawn. No.
Selected skill.
Okay, that's something I won't do again. I wanted to search the ground and see if I could immediately pull up another respawn, but then it looks like it killed the respawn. Let me see if I can go down and come back up again. I didn't mean to kill the respawn. Okay, I got the respawn back. Yay! I don't want to kill my respawn. This is making me money. Don't want to lose my respawn. They are working on my building. There's a lot of repairs to do with an older building like mine. So I live in a 5-story apartment building, and there's often new apartments being renovated, and sometimes there's water damage, sometimes there's a broken elevator, sometimes there's a particular part of the place that needs to be updated, older pipes. Even Sacramento's a very old and quaint city, and some of the older buildings, like the one I live in, which used to be a firehouse, which used to be something else, I think, they are in need of a lot of updating. Even my apartment is pretty outdated.
Skill slot 1. Trucia. Button. Attack. Button.
But I love my place. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Skills. Combat log. Skills.
I actually know how to find out who coined that expression. I'm not going to look it up right now. But that's what I mean by colloquialisms. Queen Angel and I have a rule. Whoever says a colloquialism has to look it up. Or they owe you, or we owe each other a kiss or a coffee. One or the other.
Pet turn. J code. Skills. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Skill slot 2. Selected skill hypnotize type spell. Skills. Lava. Heading not. Lava leech 43%. 8 hypnotize. N2 slot. Lucky 100%. Ash droplet 87%. 5 hypnotize.
Let's just kill the lava leech. It does more damage.
Enemy turn. Lava leech cast vital leech. 57. You resisted vital leech from lava leech.
Now, if they start respawning rapidly,
Ash droplet is
I don't care. We're just going to die.
Player turn. Lava leech 46%. Ash droplet.
Not wasting any potions.
Heading not found. Lava leech 46%. 48 attack. 46 attack. 48 attack.
Oh, good. I got you.
N2 slot.
I was able to hypnotize him. And let's try hypnotizing the lava leech. Nope. I tried twice and did not work.
Ash droplet 87%. 25 toxic bite.
Well, one of them is stunned. A toxic bite's hitting from anywhere from 25 to 28. It is a poison effect, I think it
Enemy turn. Ash droplet
100%
cast lava launch
poisons.
43.
I'm not going to look up the
You resisted lava
tooltip.
launch from Ash
It's
droplet.
pretty easy to
Player
get
turn.
the
Ash droplet
Jade Cobra
35%
if
is
you've
here.
been unlocking your specialized
Core
pets
attack.
with your mystical classes. So don't forget to play your mystical classes because, by the way, they unlock very powerful perks for all the rest of your character class, your character cast. So it's really important to play all the classes, and especially the mystical classes, the Paladin and the Witch, because they do unlock really cool stuff. I can actually turn my pet into a spirit wolf, which will kind of allow it to heal me. So, and again, that won't take from my resource pool. That will take from its resource pool, which is energy. So it's kind of useful. Now, there was a weird thing that happened. My particular pet disappeared. It was removed from my particular inventory. It was really weird. I had turned it into a spirit wolf a number of times, and all of a sudden, it was removed. Maybe it went on to the next life. I don't know. But it was very strange. Let's go ahead and drop our... maybe it's... let me wait till they're finished using their bandsaw over there. And I'm going to keep going for a minute. And then I'm going to... We're going to talk about the first thing I want to discuss with y'all here in today's episode. And I even got a bonus item to talk to y'all about. Yes. Remember I told you I was going to talk about 2 of the most OP items I've ever had drop in Lost Island? Well, yeah, we're going to get to hear one of those items today. So I'm going to wait till it's a little quieter before I do that. But first, let me finish discussing the Spirit Wolf. So the Spirit Wolf will heal. It has a really good little mend. It's like a little... healing mend or mending spell, and it heals for about 60 to about 68 hit points. So it's a very small, specific healing spell. It's designed to be more of a minor healing spell. I don't know if it crits or not, but it's really good because it saves me from using healing pots. And often when I morph my pet into a spirit wolf, I'll often use my attacks, but as my last attack, because I get 3 of them, I'll drop a little heal on my
Lucky. Skills. Heading.
main
Attack.
character
Button.
so that
Trucium.
they are
Button.
always up on their hit
Attack.
points.
Button.
Therefore, you don't have to
Selected.
waste any
Button.
of your
Heading.
pots,
Heading. Ash
which
drop
are
18%
very
is
valuable
31 attack.
resources. You know, even if you are an alchemist, you still can't afford to be just throwing your pots around willy-nilly. Trust me, I'm a willy-nilly pot thrower
108.
alchemist.
56.
And I've
Crystal.
gotten to the
Button.
point where I've used up all my resources. Especially on mystical playthroughs. You can't afford to be, you gotta be stingy as hell on those.
Pick up items. Button. Heading. Searing volcano. Heading. This is your current floor. Menu. Heading not found. Searing lower chamber. Character lower searing volcano. Menu. Button. Heading not found. Searing lower chamber. Character location. Stats. Heading. Level 19. Gold 276. AC 54. STR 10. Int 10. Agi 12. End 11. Wiz 11. Luck 11.
Oh, yes, sweet. Yes. Got a mana crystal. That's a pot. It recovers your mana. Super important. Yeah, that's sweet. Anytime I get a pot, it's good news.
EXP. 5. Movement. Heading. North. Button. West. Button. Movement. Stats. Level 19. Stomp. 3/3. HP. 425/425.
Okay, cool. We made it. We made it to level 19.
HP.
That's really cool.
467/467.
That's awesome. Of course, I'm hoping to get to level 20, but it's going to require some boss kills to get to there. Let's see how many experience points it takes to get to 20. Our hit points are around 425. Our SP is 467. 3,610 experience points we need to get to level 20. That's going to take a significant investment of time, but I have the time. That's all good. There's no rush. Have fun. Just take your time. Again, I really want to be level 20 because I do believe I'll bring up some significant crafting recipes. And anytime you can get stronger is good, because at this point, I don't know if we have enough strength to take on Nyx. And right now, the fiends in the fiery part of this dungeon are extremely strong. So, since we leveled, I'm going to go ahead, take a quick 2-minute break, refill my coffee, and then I'm going to come back and give you guys your first reward. We're going to talk about the 2 most OP items, and I'm going to show you one of the most OP items in the game. And so, yeah, you get your first reward for sticking around this long. So give me 2 minutes, okay, if you don't mind? I'll be right back. Sorry about the noise in the background. Enjoy the birds. come. They're really doing some work in my place today. That's cool. Keeping the place up, that's what matters. Put my microphone back on. That's what all the noise is. Because I wear a lapel mic, so I have to put it on top of my t-shirt. And my t-shirts are not very rigid, as you know. They're just cotton. So, and my desk is hard, so I have to pick it up, and you hear that clinky, clinky sound. And these microphones pick up everything. So they're very good at picking up bumping sounds. I mean, if I turn my torso too fast, it'll pick up a sound. What are the disadvantages of lapel mics are that they do pick up your body sounds, your movement of your clothing, the sound of anything. I mean, I'm sure they can even pick up your heartbeat if you listen. If you fart, yeah, they can hear that in a second. The better thing is to have a table mic or a standing mic, they call it, or whatever you want to, refer to it as. Your voice comes in a little richer and deeper, and it does eliminate a little bit more sound, but you can still hear just about anything. So there, and it's also a little easier to mute in some instances, but opinions vary. Anyway, thank you for enduring my couple of breaks. Again, I'm getting over a pretty heavy cold. And I didn't want you guys to hear me blowing my nose and becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't want you to hear me sick. But I'm not really sick right now, but I just wanted you not to have to hear anything gross. Now, let's hear my special thing I promised all of you. Keep my word. I am a person of my word. I'm going to let you hear one of the most powerful items in the game. And it just so happens my hunter is wearing it. And he found it himself. All right, I'm going to get down to it. And I'm going to tell you what it is before I move over it, and because I know voiceover has a habit of spilling the beans. So, one of the most OP items I've ever found in the game, the first one I'm going to talk about is called the One Amulet. It is a neck piece, and first time I ever got it, it dropped for one of my witches, I do believe, or Paladin, I don't remember now. But it has +1 in every attribute. And it has roughly about 13 different attributes. It's not very high +1s, but the overall amount makes it extremely powerful. The cost of the item, giving it a value, which I would say, I would call it at the level of legendary, it was worth 15,000 gold to buy it. So I'm going to be talking about that later on in the video, how you can do a rarity chart for anything that drops. Again, this is unofficial. This is basically, remember, everything I do, this is not necessarily what Randal would consider what it is. I'm just a fan, and I just come up with my own systems. You can choose to adopt them, promote them, but ultimately, remember, if you do have a serious question and you are really just kind of want to know something or irked about something, please swing by Lost Islands Discord and talk to some of the folks there. They're really sweet, and they'll let you know what something is. But I have my own system to determine rarity. We'll get into that later. That's the second reward you get for sitting through this really cool, cozy gaming episode. Okay, so the first truly OP item I've ever gotten on a drop was for a mystical class, and was called the One Amulet. It's a neck piece, and it only requires, drumroll, level 1. So you can wear it at any level. And it's probably better than almost anything that kind of drops. I would have to say it didn't have a lot of HP and SP resources, but oh man, or versatility I might want to say, or dynamic. But boy, that thing was powerful. So that dropped off a Redbeard, and whenever you get a very special item, if you're going to get a very special item, right after you beat a monster, you will hear a sound that sounds a little bit like this. Like that, or like that. That means you have gotten yourself a legendary drop. All right? So trust me, that's time to break out the beer, the champagne, the caviar. Yeah, that's when you just, hug your dog, give your cat a snuggle. I mean, that's the good times. When you get a random out of the blue, super uber powerful drop. Never, ever, 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 ever. Okay, well, I'm going to get to the second item, and then I'll get to my never, ever, evers. The second most extremely OP item, well, they're not extremely OP, they're just OP, is called the Infinity Sash. Then, Infinity Sash, yeah. It's a belt slot item. And it is the only belt slot item I know in the game that has 4 belt slots. Now, it doesn't have a lot of other attributes, but 4 belt slots. It only requires level 1. It's the only thing that I think that's close enough to it is like the Cobra Belt. Because the Cobra Belt gives you, I think, 3 slots. But I think you need to have leather, you need to be able to wear medium gear to use it. I'll often use the Cobra Belt. Now, I don't know if there is a cloth variant of the Cobra Belt. I don't know. So definitely the Infinity Sash is well above legendary tier. It is worth 25,000 gold, making it God tier. In this case, I'm just going to call it Infinity tier. So, the most powerful item I've ever had drop in the game, Infinity Sash, 4 potion slots. And by the way, since I got it on a regular account, I can transfer it between my characters, making it so that whenever a new character starts off, I send them the sash, and then they use the sash, and then they send my character back a little bit of gear, because they got to pay him the rental costs. And then, that means that character has a 4-slot potion bag, not to mention the 2 you get normally. So that gives you 6 potion slots. Absolutely amazing. And if you're an alchemist, it's just so good. So very good. Okay, so to prove to you that I have the Infinity Sash, I'm going to let you hear it. So here we go. Infinity Sash. Let me let you hear what it does.
Done. Button.
25,000 belt armor count 0, potion slots 4, level requirement 1, type light, so it doesn't really matter. 4 potion slots, it doesn't matter. A little armor is not going to make a big difference. Getting 4 potion slots is amazing. And that's it. I am currently wearing the Infinity Sash. It is Infinity level gear. It is the best belt you can find in the game. Obviously, I wish it was heavy, but it doesn't matter if it's heavy or not. This is just super uber powerful. And those are some of the cool drops that Randal has added into the game from updates, and he likes to be crafty and sneaky and banana pants, and he'll sneak in some cool stuff. Whenever he's on an update, trust me, he snuck something in. But what I like about Randal is he doesn't tell you, let you find out for yourself. And that's really fun because I like a developer that surprises me. Obviously, I like a developer who is consistent too. But Randal doesn't just believe in just making it a linear path. There's always going to be something new that kind of comes up and kind of like jerks your head around and you're like, what? So yeah, Infinity Sash is absolutely gorgeous. And that was my first promise to you. So now you know the 2 most OP drops in the game. The 1 amulet Unfortunately, folks, I cannot show you the one amulet because it was on one of my it dropped on a mystical class playthrough, and that character was deleted because they died 5 times. I will next time record any item, any super item that drops. Like we're talking about legendary above. In the future, anytime a legendary or infinity level item drops, I will make a short so you get to see it, hear it, experience it. And that way we'll always have a reference to it, okay? And even though voiceover is not very reliable right now, I will personally read off all the stats to you. You're just gonna have to remember what I say. I will say it several times, so in case there's any confusion. But anyway, that is the Infinity Sash. It's absolutely the sassiest sash I've ever gotten. It's awesome, it's amazing, and it's just incredibly broken. Love it. OP as hell. But one thing it doesn't have, which makes it balanced, is that it doesn't have stats. So that kind of hurts, and it is cloth. And so that kind of hurts. So even though Randal makes some OP items, they are still balanced. So I just wanted to let y'all know, he's not just throwing in OP equipment and, oh, you got the OP equipment, so now you don't even have to work anymore. The equipment is powerful, but still, okay, ultimately, even if you didn't find the Infinity Sash, you could still survive. You can still beat the game. Plenty of people have beaten this game without the Infinity Sash. But at this point, I'm super happy. And if ever one day my Witcher Paladin can use the player vault, they'll be wearing that Infinity Sash. I'll tell you that right now. So that'd be awesome. Of course, I gotta be careful not to kill that character off, because if I kill that witch, the Infinity Sash is gonna die with him. So I don't know if I would ever give any of the, even if I did have the ability to have my mystical classes use my most powerful gear, it would only be if that class had all of its lives remaining. I would never take a risk with 1 life left or 2 lives left. No.
Equipment. Heading.
All right.
Menu.
Coming up, I'm going to talk about rarity
Heading
chart,
off.
and
Skill book.
we're also
Exit menu.
going to...
Exit menu.
What was
Searing
the
volcano.
last thing I was
Heading.
going to chat with
This
y'all
is your current floor.
about? Don't remember. Sorry. We'll think if I think about it. We'll see. For sure, we're going to talk about the rarity chart.
0.
We're going to discuss that.
Character stats. Movement. North. Button. North. You move. West. Actions. East. South. Button.
All right,
South.
let's get back out there.
Battle started.
I'm
Lava
going
leech
to
is here.
farm a couple more times, and that's it.
Lava leech 100%. And 1 slot. Lucky. Skills. Attack. Trusha. Button.
You know what?
Skills,
Actually,
attack, button.
but this spot is getting good, though. I don't want to leave this spot because the spot is manageable and easy. Okay, go a couple more times and I'm leaving, I promise.
61 attack. 45 attack. Pet turn.
Because these double battles are really good. Like double lava leeches, they drop a lot of stuff.
Lava leech 40%.
Lava leeches are great to farm. They're great to spawn farm.
Attack. Hypnotize. Toxic bite. Button. Selected skill. Toxic bite type skill. Heading. Jade. Lava. Heading not. Jade Cobra stats. Heading. Lava. Heading not found. Lava leech 37%. Lava flow. Heading not found. Lava leech 37% is stunned. 36 toxic bite. 26 toxic bite. Enemy turn.
My regular shots are getting kind of strong.
Lava leech is stunned. Here. Is here. You won the battle. Heading. You found to follow. Fire essence. 1. EXP. 42.
Nice.
20. Pick up items. Button. You gain 40. Pick up items. Button. Pick up items.
Finish him off with
Searing
toxic
lower chamber.
bite.
Character location. Heading. Lower chamber. But character stat. Movement. North. Button. North. In. Battle. Battle started. A ash droplet is here. Ash
Toxic
droplet 87%.
bite.
And 1 slot.
Double toxic bite. And died by poison.
Lucky. Skills. Attack. Button. Skill slot 1. Selected skill attack. Lucky.
One more time.
Heading not. Ash droplet 87%. And 1 slot. 36 attack.
Ooh, got a double respawn area. I kind of found a little respawn area. I found a respawn loop here.
69%.
So this is like a
31 attack.
respawn spot, but I got 2 spots cranking
attack.
on me right now. That's awesome.
Pet turn.
Shoot,
Skill.
man.
Attack. Hypnotize.
Feel like that's
Toxic
all I
bite.
want to do
Hypnotize.
today is
Button.
respawn
Selected skill.
farm.
Jade. Lava. Heading not. Ash droplet 36%. 4 hypnotize. 4 hypnotize.
Come on, little ash droplet. Can you drop some pots,
turn. Ash
please?
droplet casts here on you.
Mending magma would be
You resisted lava launch from ash
fantastic.
droplet.
I'll take mending
Player turn.
magma,
Ash droplet 32%
health
is
crystal, and any buffs.
Lava flow. Heading not. Ash droplet 32%. 33 attack. 46 attack. Victory. You won the battle. Heading. You found the following. Course leather. 1. EXP. 3. Gold. 21. Pick up items. Button. Heading. Pick up items. You.
No,
volcano.
you don't want to
Heading.
hypnotize? You
This is
don't?
your current floor.
You don't? You don't? You don't? How
Lower
dare
chamber.
you?
Button. Heading. Character. Stats. Movement.
What?
North.
You better
West.
stop
Actions,
it.
East.
Stop
South. Button.
it.
South. You move battle.
Stop
Battle
trying to
code.
do
Lava
weird
leech and dash drop
shit
are
to
here.
me.
Lava leech 100%. Luck. Skills. Heading. Attack. Button. Selected skill. Lucky. Lava. Heading not found. Lava leech. Lava flow. Button. Heading not found. Lava leech 100%. 44 attack.
All right,
43
this
attack.
spot's getting dead. Let's try to move down.
46 attack. Pet turn. Jade Cobra. Skill. Attack. Hypnotize. Button. Selected skill. Hypnotize type spell. Skills. Lava. Heading not. Jade Cobra stats. Heading.
That just came up unexpectedly because I'm in a loop area. So I'm getting multiple respawns,
Lava. Heading not found.
which
Lava
is
leech
cool by
46%.
me.
8 hypnotize.
2 enemies are better
Lava
than
leech
1,
46%.
and increases your
Ash
chance
droplet
for loot.
87%. 4 hypnotize. Jade Cobra. Skills.
I like to
Attack.
use hypnotize on
Toxic
both
bite.
enemies.
Button.
I
Select
like to
skill.
use my
Jade
pet
lava-
to
heading up.
slow
Lava
the
leech
enemy
43%.
down
Ash
so my
droplet
main
85%.
character
25
can just
toxic bite.
finish him off.
Enemy turn. Lava leech is stunned.
I mean, I know my pet can be
Lava leech
doing
is stunned.
DPS, but it really, its
droplet is
DPS
stunned.
isn't that high. So
Ash droplet is
in
stunned.
many ways, crowd control is the
Player
whole
turn.
point of
Lava
a
leech
pet.
32%. 30 attack.
There you
47
go.
attack. 33 attack.
Oh, both of you are
Pet
stunned.
turn.
Enjoy dying from
Skills.
poison.
Attack. Hypnotize. Toxic bite. Button. Selected skill. Jade. Heading not. Jade Cobra stats. Heading. Lava flow. Button. Heading not found. Jade Cobra stats. Heading. Lava flow. Heading not found. Lava leech 32% is poison. Ash droplet 4% is poison. And 26 toxic bite. Lava flow. Button. Heading. Lava leech 32%. 23 toxic bite. 23 toxic bite. Enemy turn. Lava leech cast vital leech 56. Lava leech cast vital leech 52. Player turn. Lava leech 18% is here. 44 attack. 44 attack. Victory. You won the battle. Heading. You found the following. Course leather. 1. EXP. 45. Gold. 49. Pick up items. Button. Heading. You gain 45 experience. Pick up items. Button. Heading. Pick up items. You. Searing volcano. Heading. Lava flow. Lower chamber. Carrot. Stat. Movement. North. West. Actions. East. South. Button. South. You moved south to lower chamber room 16. The chamber is dimly lit by occasional lava flows. Ash fills the air periodically as the lava
I
breaks
swear to
through
God,
the
that was a
target
huge
ground.
lava
You are on
leech.
floor 29 in room
Lava
16.
leech. It had ludicrous amounts of hit points. And those happen sometimes. Like a super spawned. Could you guys drop some pots? Okay, I'm moving out of it. These guys are not dropping anything anymore. Now there is a pathway I am looking for to find my way deeper into the... Okay, I just recently found another pathway. Now, I told you last time, you see me stuck on a few of my mystical classes. I actually have been exploring the volcano so much, I actually found a pathway leading deeper into the volcano that doesn't require 75 fire gear. So, as you know, you need tungsten gear in successively stronger amounts to be able to explore deeper into the volcano. And it's like a little game. So the first part is easy. You only need the item they give you for free. The NPC gives you a free pair of boots, tungsten boots, and you're able to travel in the easiest of fire areas. And eventually you start getting to a hotter area and you need the mitts. The mitts can be purchased from the vendor, and they're going to give you 50% gear, 50% fire resistance. Now, this is not fire resistance that affects the battles. This is fire resistance that is part of the overlay gameplay. So it means that you're able to walk into certain rooms only if you have the required amount of tungsten gear protection. Now, if you don't, the room turns into a lava maze that is inescapable and will kill you eventually. So that's the thing to keep in mind. Now, this problem becomes even more serious when you start getting into upper chambers or wherever you decide to go. It might say you cannot go this area until you have 75% tungsten gear protection. So don't confuse tungsten gear protection with fire resistance. Fire resistance is just a great idea because the witch, the burning witch, the boiling fiend, and there are even more hilariously named and extremely deadly fire creatures that come along. Let me tell you something. So Randal didn't spoil us with just fire creatures, which you could easily kind of deal with fire resistance. No. There's also strong physical enemies in this game who hit like trucks, and they need to be dealt with lots of healing, lots of protective spells and buffs. So yeah, you also have to deal with them. I don't do too well against really heavy physical attackers because I'm a squish, and a squish means that I just get squished. You know how bugs are fast, but if you put your finger down on them, they turn into a little, gross little green and red splotch. Well, that's what squish means. You're basically, most caster classes can get squished like a bug. Most medium armor wearing classes can also get squished like a larger bug. But for the most part, bugs are easy to squish. They're fast, they can be dangerous, but for the most part, they're very weak to just a impact attack. So, which is why all you need to do to kill a fly is have a fly swatter, right? That's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Mind you, you can never move as fast as a bug, but killing them is super easy if you can get a hold of them. So you have to be careful as a squish class when it comes to dealing with physical classes. Now, if you are a heavy armor wearing, then heavy impact isn't a big problem for you. What is a problem for you is magical casting. So typically heavy classes are vulnerable to magic. Whereas casting classes, we're like magic. We don't give a shit. Magic's not going to hurt us. We have a lot of resistances. We have a lot of built-in immunities to that crap. So we're not worried. But if you're a heavy class, magic is your bane. It can just rip you to shreds. Whereas big, heavy golem classes, they were like, whatever, dude. Come on, bring it, man. Let's knuckle up. So you can knuckle up when you're a heavy class. You don't give a shit. But when you're a caster class, knuckling up is not what you want to do because you're going to get just boned. And it's not cool. So, you don't want to knuckle up.
Doesn't look clear yet.
And that's kind of a typical RPG dynamic. Heavy classes are vulnerable to magic. Light classes are vulnerable to physical damage, and it's kind of a balancing act from there. And there's in between, of course, but for the most part,
Action log. Heading not
you have
found.
to have a
Movement,
methodology
heading,
to
movement,
deal
north,
with
button, movement,
both
stats,
scenarios.
level 19,
You need to be able to deal with
3
magic,
HP,
and you need to be able to deal with
400,
physical
EXP,
attacks.
95 SP 400 EXP 95 movement.
so-
heading, north move EX SP.
So yeah,
HP,
I'm going to keep
400,
moving around,
zone,
and then
3
we're going to try to
level
find
19,
another
stats,
respawn
heading,
loop. That was really
24,
great. We
stats,
found 2
level 19,
respawn spots.
366,
We found a
AC64,
loop.
STR10,
We
U10,
picked up
Magic
about
Bell,
2 or 3
11,
pots.
11.
We got a level. We got pretty decent amount of gold. I would say we probably picked up about a good couple hundred gold. Let me see. got 366 gold. That's really good. I would say we gained about 300 gold. We already had about 50 gold. So that was really good. 300 gold is good farming. That'd get us at least 4 or 5 health crystals. I'm very happy with that. Even if we don't do anything else today, I'm very, very happy with our progress in farming here today. And we're going to keep going here. So I'm good to go. I have a hard stop time at about 11:30 because I'm going to get extremely hungry and I have a soup calling my name. So Queen Angel made me a really good soup when I got sick and I want to finish all that soup. So I got a huge container of this soup. So that's going to be my lunch. I'm going to throw some crackers onto that thing, a little cheese. I'm going to cheese it, baby. I'm going to put a little cheese on top of that thing and then top it off with a Diet Pepsi. Hey, the lunch of champions, brothers and sisters and thems and everybody else. Okay, let's go with, keep looking around for the next exit out. I'm going to wander around for a little bit. So enjoy my quiet. If I think of something to talk about, I will in a second here. And of course, we're going to talk about rarities in a little while. We're going to talk about my rarity chart. You got a little taste of it with my first bonus part of this episode, but we are going to talk a whole lot about rarity and how you can judge how good a piece of item is. I've been trying to do this with some of my long play series. I kind of borrowed that expression from Robert Randal, who he does kind of Warcraft stuff, only classic. Long play is kind of like a nice term. I kind of like that. He's been using that in his videos to describe like when you're going to have like a 2-3 hour long video and it's going to be a recorded series. I like that too. I call mine's full, F-U-L-L, but long play is actually a little easier to understand. I do like that. I should just blatantly steal it, but again, I'm advertising his channel, so go over there and subscribe to Robert Rambles. He's a really good, accessible YouTuber, and he is fun to listen to. Again, I usually play and listen to him quite a bit. So if you are visually impaired, he isn't going to describe everything, but he damn near describes a lot. So to me, you don't need to be totally accessible as a YouTuber. You just need to describe enough stuff so they know what the hell is going on. And, as a blind person, you can't expect everybody to describe everything. Not everybody understands that you can't see anything. I know it sounds silly, but not everybody understands that you don't see anything and that you benefit from as much description as possible. You just can't expect everyone in this universe to describe everything to you. You know what I'm saying? Not even God describes anything, Right? Yeah. On this planet, we still need humans to do things. We still need kindness from others. Everyone has disabilities, folks. Everyone has the spectrum. Everyone has a lot of things. Everyone has mental health issues. Everyone has disabilities. Everyone has issues along the spectrum. Everyone has difficulties. We just have to be kind to each other and just realize that not everything is going to be given to us perfectly. Sometimes you got to pay it forward, help others. Like if there's something you can do, give it to somebody else. Do something nice. Be somebody's rainbow. As my cheesy little proverb sayer does, the one I play sometimes. Be somebody's rainbow. And I believe that's a really good thing to be. I think paying it forward is really important. So for me, I can help people with just silly things like what a song's name is. Maybe sometimes they need me to lift something heavy. They need me to hold a door. They want to ask me a question. They need a shoulder to cry on. They want to chat. Somebody to be a good friend. Somebody to have a beer with and chat. I'm your man. Listen, there's things I can do. There's things I can't do. I'm not the most empathetic person in the entire world, but if you want to have a beer and talk about the good old days, I'm your man. I'm just a comfortable person that way. I know what I can do and I know what I can't do. I know who I am. And that's all you really need to know in this world, who you are, As Denzel Washington says in this movie, the old man's got to be the old man. You know what I mean? Sorry about that, Ribbit. I still have a bit of my throat's getting a little sore because I'm talking a lot. I'm not doing myself any favors with drinking an excessive amount of coffee. But yeah, and the line, the old man's gonna be the old man, that's a line from The Equalizer, the first movie. Out of all three Equalizer movies, I don't know. I like the first and I like the third one. I don't know why I like the third one. It's just, I like it. The first one's obviously magic. But yeah, I like the second one too. Oh, another little gift for you all. I just found a super awesome audio described Gundam series on Netflix. It's 6 episodes. It's mature. It's Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Requiem for Revenge. Gundam Requiem for Revenge. Oh, fuck. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, check it out. The acting's decent. The feel is amazing. The sounds are, so good. So sick. And it just slays on every level. Again, the acting is okay. I mean, you're never going to get superb acting with most series. But I gotta say, the actors sounded so good. Not quite audible level acting good, but decent. And they were different kind of actors this time, so I really enjoyed it. But yeah, if you're looking for a taste of what Gundam is about, if you've never truly gotten into Gundam, then you need to go check this series out. Again, you're not going to get very many series out of Japan that have audio description. And I don't mean to put them down. I mean, for God's sake, they're getting us anime. That's amazing as is. In fact, you could probably say this is close to manga. So, I'm not going to get into all the definitions here today. We'd be here all day. But for the most part, and you can just Google all this stuff, or just ask Ninja A. So, you know what I mean? Ninja A. So, the thing is, this series is so good on so many levels. It has a lot to offer. I liked it, obviously. I'm probably going to share it to my ex, and I'm going to make a playlist of my very best Netflix anime series. I just got through finishing Parasite the Grey. That was really damn good. I rewatched the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1. Oh, so good. If you haven't been on Netflix, they've got the entire first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's fucking brilliant. It's so good. It's very innocent, so you can put your kid in front of it. I mean, there's like they say language. I didn't hear any language. I listened to every episode. It's like 78 episodes long. They said language. They called each other dog face. That's not language. That's just ridiculous. I'm like, that is hardly language. If anything, that's just juvenile taunts. Like, I thought it was so silly. Like, I'm waiting to hear an F word, an S word, Flying Freddy, and like, that never happened. They don't curse in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Language. Only thing I can think of is when they described one of the things to keep in mind was perhaps the juvenile behavior of some of the characters could be maybe not good for a 4 or 5-year-old. You don't want a 5-year-old calling their brother or sister, "Hey, dog face," So maybe that's the language they were referring to, because there's a couple of scenes that they're just silly, but they never used any inappropriate language. Never. They've never used any language. They may yell at each other occasionally, but for God's sake, they're just playing a video game, a card game, video game, whatever. So I'm just saying, those are the 3 You might want to check it out. Yu-Gi-Oh! Parasite the Grey. Now that's for mature audiences only. Yu-Gi-Oh! That's for G. Anybody can watch that. That's general audiences. So G, general audiences. Parasite the Grey, MA, mature audiences only. And Gundam Requiem for Revenge, mature audiences only. Just like this channel, mature audiences only. So if you're a child, get out of here. Put back on Dora the Explorer or whatever you kids watch these days. Whatever trash they force you to watch. You're going to have to wait till you're older. You know.
You moved west to lower chamber room 15. The chamber is dimly lit by occasional
But yeah,
overflows.
that's your second gift.
Lava flow is to the south.
I think I only have one more. It's the rarity. We'll get into that at the end. But let me just see if I can move a little bit farther because I am chatting quite a bit. And my nose, of course, is running again. I need to find the next chamber out of here.
You move to an unexplored different floor 24 to upper chamber room 20. Heat radiates all around you. Each step you take releases steam from the recently formed ground below you. You are on floor 24 in room 20.
All right, we'll go to floor 24. Again, I may not be going the optimal path. You don't need to send me a comment for that. I don't care.
Movement west is inaccessible.
Again, I'll figure it out eventually. Again, look at me. The jungle took me forever to learn. Now, it's not even a challenge for me. I may die there, but it's not a challenge.
South button. Movement south is inaccessible.
All right, where are we now?
Upper chamber east.
Okay, so let's find out if we're in a new room or this is just one of the old
rooms. It is not
rooms.
recommended to explore the south tunnel and core chamber until you have 75 or more fire
North.
North.
We can't go north. We can't go west. Okay, well, we've been here before. It says it's unexplored, but we've actually been here before. So we're going to go east and see if we find anything interesting.
Action/search west, north, button.
South is inaccessible. We're going to go east. See, that's the problem. We're not going to be able to go south, so we'll try to look for... We won't go south because we don't have tungsten gear at level 75. So what we'll try to do here is just look for any alternative areas and worst case scenario, some respawns. Because we're still spawn farming.
10:51 a.m.
Okay, you stop it.
Speech off.
Looks like my iPad wanted to pop. You know, have any of you had an issue with your iPads and phones responding to verbal commentary? Both my iPad and my phone now, without my permission or consent, are now responding to almost everything I say. It used to be Ninja A did that. But now, both of my phones, because of AI, are now responding to kind of things I just say. Like, I'll be randomly talking to Queen Angel, and they'll go, yeah, I could look that up for you. I'm like, I didn't ask you to do that. Urgh. So we're in the age of AI. I know, Screaming Goat does not like AI. We're in the age of AI, and AI is taking over, folks. Listen, AI is taking over. And yeah, if you want to learn how to work with AI, look up Access Ingenuity. It's a great organization. Talk to your DOR counselor. They have some amazing instructors run by a top-notch organization of trustworthy individuals who will teach you no nonsense how to do stuff. You know, you went to that training center and all you did was have sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Well, that's what training centers are for. But why not go to a real place where you can have a one-on-one educational process where you can actually learn something, get a job at NASA, you know, at a petroleum company, as a private vendor doing your own self-employment stuff, as a teacher, who knows, as an office worker. You want to get out of your house, do something with your life? Well, that's why you got Access Ingenuity. They're going to teach you. They don't, you know, they're not GAC. They're going to teach you. You're going to learn how to do stuff. They don't play games. They don't tolerate impertinence. You're going to have to be a person who wants to learn. Check them out. You can look them up on LinkedIn. You can look them up on the internet. They're a great company. I'm not sponsored, but I'm just saying if you're looking for educational processes, you're looking for educational potential, Access Ingenuity is great. They've got some free webinars. You can check those out. You'll have to contact them and get the email, and they'll give you permissions to participate in their webinar functionality and process. Talk to your dear old consular. They are a great company, and again, not sponsored, but they are 100% where you want to go. You're looking to learn and go to the next level. All right.
West button. Upper chamber is to west.
Let's see.
To a different floor 29 to lava flow room 20. The chamber is dimly
Okay,
lit
so I
by
can't
occasional
go
lava
there.
flows. Ash fills the air periodically as the lava breaks through the thin layer of hardened ground. Action log.
Okay, that's where I came
Movement.
from.
North button. Lower chamber is to the north.
Okay, floor 23. That just takes me right back down to
You
the
move
ground.
north to lower
Okay,
chamber room 15.
so I
The
went in a
chamber is dimly
complete
lit by
circle.
occasional
This
lava
takes me
flows.
right
Action slash
back
button.
down
East
to.
button. Lower
This
chamber
will
is to
take
the
me
east.
right back down to the
East.
first
You move
floor.
east to lower chamber room 16. The chamber is dimly lit by action.
I'm
east
going to go
button.
back.
Lower chamber is to the east.
I'm going to go back.
East. You moved east to lower chamber room 17. The chamber is dimly
Okay, so that
east
one
button.
leads us back to the
Lower chamber
bottom.
is to the east. South button. Lava flow is to the south leading to floor 33.
Let's see if we can find another little passage. I'm going to see if we can find another little passage.
South.
Go
You move to a
east.
different floor 33 to core chamber room 22.
east.
You slosh through ankle deep lava as even the walls run red. You hear minor eruptions and lava splashing in the distance. You are on floor 33 in room 22.
Okay, I'm just going to keep looking over here. I'm just going to look around here.
Action log. Head. Action log. Move. Stat. Character location. Wall. Button.
What's
Searing volcano.
south?
Menu. Button. Heading not found. Searing core chamber. Wall. Core
You
chamber,
know
core
what?
chamber,
Actually,
core chamber,
maybe it
lava
is
void.
floor
Interactable
33
NPC
we need to
object
go
is here.
to. But if it's an endless chamber, we'll just warp out. Let's go south. Okay, we're
Floor
screwed.
34. Button. 4.
I think we're in a
Core chamber,
unpassable room. Core chamber. Let me take a quick look. Oh yeah, this is a lava lord here. We want to kill this guy, but I don't think we can pass through any of this floor. We don't have the tungsten gear, so
Core chamber,
we're
core
gonna
chamber,
go ahead
core-
and
wall,
we have to
button,
warp
heading.
out. So you can't. You
0.
have to warp out. I bet you there's a way to get to that lava lord.
Core chamber. Core chamber.
See,
Wall,
core
button.
chamber.
To floor 35.
See,
Wall,
core
button,
chamber.
wall, button,
There's
wall, button.
no lava
13.
there. If we can come in from that direction and attack that lava lord,
Stats. Movement.
killing that
North,
lava
button.
lord will probably give
Core
us
chamber
a
is to the north.
tungsten piece of gear, which will allow us to explore the rest of this area. But I just gotta figure out how to get to him.
West. Button. Core chamber is to the west and is unexplored.
Yeah, there is definitely a passageway up there somehow.
West. Alert. Burn damage. You moved west to core chamber room 21. It was unexplored. You slosh through ankle deep lava as even the walls run red. You hear minor eruptions and lava splashing.
Yeah,
in the
I
distance.
think this
You are
is
on floor
okay. I'm
33 in
gonna
room
walk
21.
on it to see if it damages us. Excuse me, sorry.
The environment is too hot for your equipment to handle. Done. Button. Menu. Button.
Core
Heading.
chamber to the
Heading
north.
not found.
Maybe
Heading
maybe
not
it
found.
isn't
Searing volcano.
lava.
Menu. Button.
I'm just
Heading.
gonna double check.
Advanced stats. Heading.
Okay, we've not been to the west. I think this is lava. I'm
Best
gonna
Jerry.
touch
Help
it
scroll.
and see
Music
what
is
happens.
off. Help. Best. Advanced
Yeah.
stats. Exit menu.
Okay,
Button.
yeah.
Skill book. Button. Skill book. Equip skills. Skill.
Yeah,
tools.
we got
Heading.
blasted.
Portal. Jungle ruins port. Volcano portal. Button.
Yeah, so you don't want to do
Volcano
that to kill you.
Volcano-
So
are you
we're
sure
gonna
you
go
want
ahead
to-
and
portal.
warp back
Button.
home.
You move. Searing volcano. Heading.
Okay,
This is your current
no
floor.
worries. We'll get out of here. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and warp out of here. You can't get back out going backwards, so don't fall for that trap. You just die. Let's use our skill book, get our teleport. Take your volcano portal home. Portal. I shall go home, 'cause I can't take the heat. It's too hot up in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I'm gonna take my clothes off. All right. Nope. Let's put more clothes on. Okay, so yeah, that didn't go too good, but that's fine. We're just wandering around. Before I finish, I'm gonna keep doing some spawn farming, and eventually I'll find out where I need to go. But I did promise you guys a rarity kind of session, so let me cover that real quick. So I've discovered that the price of items pretty much kind of lends itself to a rarity system. So I'm going to just go through it really simply because the episode's getting pretty long here. The first level of rarity is, say, anything that is below 125 gold. That is inferior or basically vendor trash. So those are just things you can buy. They're not worth anything. They're not rare. They're not hard to come by. They're going to usually drop for free, and they may not drop frequently, but they're very low level and they're not worth anything. So that is anything under 125 gold, okay? All right, let's move to the next level. 125 gold to 200. Should I say 200? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say to 200. That is considered common gear. Again, easy to come by, will drop often, can buy from any vendor. Do not bet the bank on it. Don't shove it in your player vault. Any of your characters can farm that crap up. So 200, anything that's from 125 to 200 is considered common gear, okay? Let's move on to the next level. 200, anything above 200 all the way up to 500 is considered uncommon gear. Some people like to call it superior. That's fine, you can use either one. Uncommon gear, a little harder to come by. Again, you're going to want to be careful with vendoring that stuff. Some of it could be valuable for some of your other characters in your whole group. Think of all your characters as a team. Some of your teammates may be having trouble getting gear, so don't just vend your stuff willy-nilly. I know you need the money, but they might need the gear. And if you're going to be playing this game, you might as well play all the classes. Okay? So anything above 200 all the way up to 500 is uncommon. All right? Let's go on to the next level. Anything above 500 all the way to just before 1,000 is going to be considered rare. Okay? Rare gear. So rare is a misnomer because it's not always rare, because sometimes you can find it pretty easily. But it's expensive and it can be sold for half its price. So remember, anything I've named to you, the cost in gold, you're only going to get half that price from the vendor. And if you have a talent, you might get a little bit more. Again, you can take talents that give you much more money when you sell stuff. You can also take talents that make the cost of items much less, like 30% or less. So keep that in mind. So anything from above 500 to under 1,000, 999, that is rare gear. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the next level. Starting at 1,000 and moving all the way up to just under 2,000 is epic gear. I know, you're like, well, that's a big jump. No, not really. Not really. There's so many levels. So epic gear, obviously, you're going to want to trade to your other characters. That's good gear to trade. That's good gear to hold on to. Sell it if you need the money. But remember, it may not drop as often as you expect. Mind you, if you do get something that's dropping a lot, just sell the redundant copies. Make sure whoever needs it gets it, but sell the redundant copies, because again, you also need to have cash. If you don't have cash, because cash is king. If you don't have cash, and you're not going to be able to survive. All right, let's move on to the next level. Anything that goes from 2,000 to under 3,000 is considered ancient quality. You can also call it super rare. Some people consider super rare under epic, but it's up to you. You can call it super rare or you can call it ancient quality. They're basically the same level. So Ancient quality items, you're not just going to want to willy-nilly sell those items. You're not going to want to cash those in. You're going to want to hold on to them. Only after you get too many redundant copies should you start selling it. And you can split the proceeds among your player cast, your character cast. All right? All right. Let's go on to the next level rarity. Anything that is 3,000 all the way up to something that is 5,000, under 5,000. So anything from 3,000 to under 5,000. Okay, now we're starting to get to pretty powerful stuff. So this one's a little hard to come up with a loot category for. So I have come up with just a random one on my own. I just improv'd it because I just couldn't think of any gear levels that fit this really small niche, and I'm going to call it Supreme. So this is very expensive gear. You're going to want to hold on to it. So this is Supreme level gear from 3,000 to right under 5,000. Okay? All right. Now we're going to move up to really rarefied territory. So now we're going to get to anything that is worth 5,000 all the way up. I know this is going to be a big jump. Anything from 5,000 all the way up to 15,000, because this is my experiences, by the way, folks. This is my truth. Anything from 5,000 to under 15,000 is going to be, I'm just going to call it Ultra Supreme. So this is just one level above Supreme. It is very powerful gear. You don't want to just vendor this stuff, but if you're in trouble, do what you got to do. But I'm just telling you, everything drops over and over again on multiple counts, so multiple kind of characters. Don't sell stuff unless you absolutely think you're going to get it back. So this is going to be Ultra Supreme gear. 5,000 to under 15,000. All right. Now we get into a more recognizable rarity term when we get to 15,000. If something is worth 15,000 to buy, it is legendary, right?
Definitely no.
Yes, it is legendary. So legendary quality items, they will not drop but once per, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 playthroughs. Do not sell them. Do not bank them. They're so valuable. Don't hurt yourself. So that is legendary quality. And we have one more rarity level to go. Anything that is above 15,000, that means it goes all the way up to 25,000. That is considered infinity level. So you might have seen I have one infinity item. So that is God tier. Obviously, if you sell that, what? So don't sell it. Infinity level is the highest. It's on par. You would consider this divine. So if you've ever heard of the expression divine, that's divine. So by the way, I could have called Ultra Supreme mythical. And I might as well, I probably use that term because it's a little bit easier to remember. So Supreme, mythical, legendary, and now we get to infinity. Infinity, anything that sounds like infinity, basically that's God level. That's divine. I could call it divine, but I don't want to bring God into every game. So I want to call that infinity. So that's infinity sash is basically divine level, God tier level, God gear. So that's the most powerful gear you can find in the game. And ultimately, hopefully you find the entire set. So we're going to move into the super secret bonus rarity category. If you can get set pieces, which is infinity is a set piece. There's more than one infinity gear out there. So that stuff, when you get tier level gear, y'all, some of you might know what that means. So tier gear and tier sets are the highest level gear in any game you can get that fits in a set, which means there are multiple kind of gear with the same name that work well together. They're equally as powerful. They're all broken. They're all OP. They're balanced, of course. So I know it's an oxymoron, but that's the whole point. Those are tier level gear. That's going to be slightly above infinity level. Those are going to be gears that if you have more than one copy of a certain infinity item, it will unlock other bonuses. Okay, so those don't drop very often. Again, listen for that little sound. 100% you just got something super ridiculous. Banana pants. Redonkulous. You've just got something broken. Just so crack open the champagne when that happens, you know? That's it. You know, pour out the sifter brandy. You know, it's time to relax. It's time to chill. Kiss your dog. That's what you need to do. You know, snuggle with your hamster. So that's what I'm talking about. So that's it. That's kind of our episode here today. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of everything. So we chatted and we talked about movies, and I gave you guys the 3 top animes that I want you to check out on Netflix, not sponsored. Gave you guys information about the rarity chart, really important, and I also talked about the 2 most OP items I've ever gotten, which are, by the way, the only 2 OP items I've ever gotten. So I hope that has been fun. I hope you've enjoyed my cozy gaming here on Game Double Tap. I hope I haven't excessively bored you. But again, we'll come back next Saturday for another smooth, cozy gaming session with some more RPG, adventuring, more spawn farming, more fun. We're not stressing ourselves out. Obviously, we will make it to the end. We're immortal, so what does it matter? We'll get there eventually. The Witch and Paladin will be coming back. I just want to take a little break for now. I've been dying so much with that. I have a couple characters who are not dead, so we will try to push the Witch and Paladin farther. We'll try to unlock every single thing we can. At this point, I want to start playing the regular characters and start unlocking stuff. So that's really what I want to do. But I thank you all very much. I appreciate all your likes to some of my more recent videos. I've been getting some really good responses. I really appreciate all for that. Thank you so much. Love you for that. Really, really sweet of all of you. You guys have been so kind. We're moving toward 300 subscribers, so this is a good time to subscribe. So get us to 300 subscribers. Gets us closer and closer to moving up the ladder toward monetization, which is really nice. I mean, that allows me to open up super chats. That allows me to get thanks. That allows me to be able to support myself. I'm just a poor, retired, postal worker. So anytime I can get a little help, that's always good. GAC. But that's going to wrap it up for today's episode, folks. Thank you very much. As I always say to y'all, folks, truly, dear, sincerely, please take care of yourselves.
Menu, button. Eldrum, black dust. Cellular, 4 of 4, screen recording in progress.